Wilson. Garrett Wilson makes someone miss. Garrett Wilson's loose to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Breece Hall cuts up the middle. Breece Hall's loose. Breece Hall's gone. Breece Hall is gone. He walks into the end zone. Josh Allen fires it over the middle. Intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks off Allen. Sauce Gardner, let's go. The rookie picks off Josh Allen. Win it. It's that ball. Oh my God. Drops back to pass. He fires it over the middle. Touchdown. Garrett Wilson. The New York Jets tie the football game. The rookie. The Jets win. The Jets win. Ashton Davis. Ices the game. Let's go. And Quinton Williams with the tackle for loss. That's a loss of 5 yards. Josh Allen is going to fire up a bomb. Josh Allen. Sauce Gardner's there for the game winner. The New York Jets beat the Buffalo Bills and improved to 6-3 on the year. Sauce Gardner. Yeah. That's how we get run the ball, boy. Yeah. Yo, Jets Nation, welcome back to another Jets Media live stream. Today, we are going to be breaking down what's been going on around the NFL with the New York Jets. Yesterday was a crazy, crazy day in Jets land regarding the wide receiver position. And OBJ to the New York Jets is picking up serious steam. McCall Hardman to the New York Jets is official. And Elijah Moore to the Cleveland Browns is also official. And I want to break it down and talk to you guys my thoughts about the latest with the New York Jets. As you guys can see, I got a new mic, so hopefully the audio quality is a little bit better. I still got some settings to work with, but hopefully the audio is the best it possibly can for you guys. If you guys did not already, do me a gigantic favor and hit that like button on your way into the show. I greatly, greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in to Jets Media. So first and foremost, I do want to show you guys something cool that has happened to me on Twitter. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, Richie, who cares? He's gone. Elijah Moore's gone. But for anyone that's been watching my channel for a couple of years now, they know that Elijah Moore I had a connection with him. He was one of my favorite players when we drafted him. He was my favorite player. I'll say it. He was my favorite player when we drafted him, was my favorite player that year, always was my guy. He recognized me. He took time out of his day at a restaurant, whatever. And I tweeted out something to him, a picture of me and him together multiple times. And he went out of his way to respond to me on Twitter. And I thought that was really awesome. And I want to show you guys it. And I know some of you guys say, Richie, Elijah Moore this, Elijah Moore that. I get it. But for me, this means a lot to me that Elijah Moore went out of his way and did this. He did not need to respond to me on Twitter like this. So what I tweeted out was sad it did not work out in New York. Good luck in Cleveland. And here are the photos. If you guys did not see it already, that was me and him at his signing at Staten Island. This is me and him at training. Elijah Moore, let's go. Appreciate you, my man.
Yes, sir.
You ever see Jets Media on Twitter? This is him recognizing me. That's me.
That's you?
Jets Media.
I love you, bro.
Bro, I love you.
Let's get it.
I appreciate you big time. That's Elijah Moore, baby. My God, baby. What's good? What's good? So I tweeted this out, and then he decided to quote tweet me saying, "It's always love on this side. Thank you for always supporting me. For real, for real." That go for everyone who supported me. Thankful is an understatement. So I don't know. This just kind of made me have a good closure with Elijah, and I'm rooting for him to do big things in Cleveland. Me personally, it feels weird he's not a Jet anymore. It really does. Hasn't really clicked in yet. And again, and I know some of you guys like, Richie, move on. Elijah's gone. He's this, he's that. I hear you guys, but for me personally, I had a different, connection with Elijah, and I just want to show you guys that. And really cool little closure, really cool little have a connection with a player, and hopefully he does great things over there with the Cleveland Browns. All right, now let's move on. Let's turn the page, baby, because Odell Beckham Jr. could be coming to the New York Jets. OBJ could be coming here, and he's been the most polarizing conversation amongst Jets fans for the last couple of weeks now. And there's so many different reports from Jeff Darlington, from Connor Hughes. Everyone's saying it's going to happen. So the latest news that we're seeing is this. From Jeff Darlington on ESPN on Get Up this morning, he said, quote, let me find it. Here it is. We should very much consider OBJ still on the table for the New York Jets. In fact, we can go even further to say both sides would like to see this deal done. I still think OBJ will wind up with the New York Jets. So it seems like it's happening. I think they're just working out the financials. I think they're trying to figure out what type of contract the New York Jets and OBJ feel comfortable on coming to agreement with. And I think that's a big deal because the New York Jets are trying to get as many people in the building that is going to please Aaron Rodgers. And I'm sure Aaron Rodgers was 100% in on McCole Hardman coming to the Jets as well. I bet you the Jets and Aaron Rodgers are in constant communication with each other, really trying to map out this offense to his liking. Another news came out today that I just made a video on. The New York Jets re-signed Ty Johnson, the running back, to a one-year deal. I think that is a very interesting move by the New York Jets. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts about that as well. So a lot of stuff's been going on, and I'm excited to get your guys' thoughts in the chat. Once again, if you did not already, do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's get it going. Let's get it going for your boy. Only 38 likes with 123 you guys tuning in. Let's get it going. All right, let's get into the chat now. What you guys doing? What you guys doing? Ty Johnson, solid number 4 depth piece. That's how I'm looking at it, guys. Ty Johnson's the number 4 running back. And remember that touchdown he had against the Bears? That was a pretty darn good run. If he's a running back number 4, sign me up. He's still young. He's still got upside. He's going to provide depth at that position. I can definitely take Ty Johnson as a number 4 guy. And he's also, as John says, a special teamer, which gives the Jets another piece to Brant Boyer's special team. Joe Douglas is falling apart. Ty Johnson is ass. Bro, he's wide receiver number 4 we're talking about. I wouldn't say Joe Douglas is falling apart because of a running back number 4. We have Breece Hall, Bam Knight, and Michael Carter ahead of him. Relax. He makes big plays. Yes, sure. Rodgers trade today. I hope not. I mean, I hope so. Sorry. I hope it happens today, but it's not happening today. We saw something about an update with Rodgers and the Jets, and the Jets and the Packers haven't talked in a little bit. MC tweeted something sus. Did he? Why? Because his boy got traded? Let's see what you're talking about. What's his Twitter? Why isn't it coming up? Why? Oh, it's like 8K Mike or something. What's Michael Carter's Twitter? Why can't I find it? I see Michael Carter II coming up. I don't know. I can't find it. We needed running back depth. Facts, Hennessy. Richie, there has been little talk this last week between the Jets and Patriots. What is the next move? Make the rest of the team better. Respect. Are you talking about the Packers? Is that what you meant? I'm assuming. Yeah. They have not talked in a little bit because the Packers want our first round pick and the Jets are saying no. We have the leverage over them if they want a first round pick this year. It's that simple. They want to drag it on, we'll drag it. Oh, wow. Michael Carter blocked me on Twitter. What the hell? That's weird. What did he tweet, guys? I'm blocked by Michael Carter. That's really strange. I don't know why I'm blocked. What the heck did I do to him? That's strange. I never said anything bad to him. That's weird. Whatever. Here's another thing with Ty. He wants to be here and knows and embraces his role. That is true. That is true. Richie is in MC Shadow Realm. I guess so. All right, Michael Carter. I'll remember that. Doubt you're blocked. You don't believe me? Why would I make that up? See? I'm not making it up. Some people just rather not have anybody. I mean, I never said anything negative about him, so I don't know why he would do that. It's all good, though. If Richie's in the Shadow Realm, then all I got to say is, Richie, smoke him. Maybe MC being moved? I don't know. I would be surprised if they did that. I say you give Green Bay one of the seconds. We get their third and a conditional pick in 2024. Yeah, I think that with that trade for sending away Elijah Moore, man, I think is a good indication of Jets getting more capital to be able to afford an Aaron Rodgers deal. I like MC. He's a funny dude, but as a running back, I give 0 Fs if he's on the team or not. He's a definition of mid. He had a lot of good flashes as a rookie, and I think that in year 2 he had a big time regression. It's okay, Richie. You're still our boy. Thank you, bro. Imagine telling us Jets fans in 2015 Rodgers and Odell would be on the Jets in the future. I would have never believed it. Me neither. Me neither. Twitter randomly blocks people sometimes. Yeah, I'm not tripping over it. It is what it is. My man Elijah Moore, he showed me some love. I show him some love, and that's enough. But I went to his Twitter on my other Twitter account, and I didn't see any cryptic tweet he made. We get 42 and the 43, and Jets will get a 3rd or 4th pick this year. Hey, if that's what it takes, we'll give you both seconds. You give us your 3rd, and we'll call it even. Yeah, this was his tweet. MC said the disrespect will end. Rich, it feels like an alternate universe we are living in. Yeah, bro. It definitely does not feel normal. Jets fans, we're not used to this feeling. So we're kind of like, wait, what's going on? The Jets are about to get Aaron Rodgers and Odell Beckham Jr.? That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. But let's talk about McCole Hardman real quick, because I think McCole Hardman is going to be a really fun pickup for this Jets team, man. He is a dog on special teams. He is going to be our new kick return and punt returner. And you look at his highlights, if you look at all the returns he's returned for a touchdown, they are electric. They are freaking electric. Rich Cimini was on a space yesterday and said that Corey might get a restructure to say New York. So I actually did see that. So there are some rumblings that Corey Davis is not going anywhere and the Jets want to keep him. Now, that would be interesting. I also saw a report from Boomer Esiason saying the same thing. So that's definitely something to look out for. If the Jets want to restructure Corey Davis's deal and we still sign Odell Beckham Jr., then we are deep at the receiver room. So deep. Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, I just said Elijah Moore. He's gone, Richie. Come on. Garrett Wilson, Corey Davis, Alan Lazard, OBJ, McCole Hardman, Denzel Mims. That's 6. That's interesting. That's deep. Now, I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but the only way that happens is if Aaron Rodgers tells the Jets, I'd prefer if we kept Corey Davis around. I like Corey Davis. And the Jets are like, all right, sure. And obviously the Jets don't want to do everything Rodgers says, but if Rodgers wants Corey, it's better to have good depth. I mean, Corey Davis is a player that we all know what we're getting as Jets fans. He's a solid player that can be very clutch at times, but can come have some timely drops that cost the team. He's a good run blocker, and he's also has durability issues, right? That's what we're getting from Corey Davis. King Jamie with the $5. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I want to know if you guys believe the Jets will play my Chiefs twice this year. I believe it is absolutely possible. This just might be the year. So what he is referring to is the Jets versus the Chiefs in the playoffs. If the Jets versus the Chiefs in the playoffs, that will be amazing because I think it's possible. If we do versus the Chiefs in the playoffs, I'd prefer to get the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game instead of the wild card or the divisional round because, number one, that means the Jets made it that far. And, yeah, sign me up for this. Give me the Jets and the Chiefs versing twice this year. Who else is down? Hopefully we could beat you guys at least once. And if I can pick which one I want to beat you, I want to beat you in the playoffs. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you for the $5, bro. It really does help out the channel a lot. Davis is not staying with that cap hit. So the only way he would stay, I think, is a restructure. All I know is we are sweeping the Patriots. Okay, Rich. I like that energy. Is that what we're going to be doing today? To be the man, you have to beat the man. True that. Let's go. Green Empire Lawn Care with the $5 says, what if when Rodgers retires, he becomes a coach for the Jets? I don't think that would happen. I think when Rodgers retires, he just wants to escape and go into the mountains and just become a yogi. I don't think he's going to want to be around football. I think he's just going to want to meditate all day and just be with nature and go do some retreats, do his spiritual stuff, whatever he likes to do. I don't see him really channeling into being a coach, but he could be the coach on this team while he's here. He's going to be coaching up Zach Wilson, coaching up the receivers, coaching up the whole offense while he's here, which is cool. Appreciate the $5, bro. We're not restructuring for Davis. Yeah, I think that restructuring for Davis, I never really thought it's possible, but I'm just talking about it because there are rumblings about it. There's rumbles. And again, man, Davis is still on the team. If we wanted to get rid of him, he would have been gone. So it's either the Jets are including him in the trade for Rodgers or they're working out a restructured contract with him. It's one of those two. Because if they wanted to cut him, he would have been cut by now. It's true. We got people saying draft a running back in the first round in the draft in the chat right now. Is that true? That ain't happening. That ain't happening. We're going for an offensive tackle in the first round. That's what it seems like it. With OBJ potentially being on the Jets, that means that the Jets are going to go offensive tackle. Give me that. Mekhi Becton at left tackle, rookie at right tackle, Dwayne Brown the backup. That's the vision. That's the vision. It should be that simple. It should be that simple, folks. Brees, the man is back, baby. You know the vibe, Zach Attack. He's coming. There is only one game-breaking running back in this draft, and it's Bajan. Stop looking at him as a running back and look at him as an offensive weapon. Would Brees have been worth it? Yes. We're not going to get Robinson, but I feel you. If a rookie left tackle is better than what we currently have, he will start. Yeah, I think Mekhi is going to win that job, though. He's out for it. He's out for it, man. He is out for it. Paris Johnson or Broderick Jones are instant day one starters. If we're going O-line around one, it better be Steve Avila. He's the best offensive lineman in the draft. He's the only one worth it. What about Max Mitchell? His medical problems, okay. I think that his medical problems are checking out and that he's going to be okay for this season, which is going to be big. Big time. Becton looks determined. Yes, sir. I know we already got Bowden, but he can be released without a cap charge. I'm loving Hunter LePute, and he can... Yeah, so you're looking for a new fullback? I haven't really thought about that. Nobody thought we were drafting Brees, and we traded up for him. If we don't sign Kareem Hunt to a deal, then I would bet anything Joe Douglas targets. I just don't. I know where you're coming from, Hawk. I just don't see the Jets taking premier running backs in back-to-back drafts. He got the premier running back in Brees Hall. You don't need to. Where do you want AVT to play? I think put him right back where you started last year at right guard. He is a perfect Swiss Army knife where if, God forbid, somebody goes down on the offensive line, he'll shift his position elsewhere. Plug him in at right guard. We need to release Bowden and give Ruckert those reps. I like Ruckert there. We will draft a tackle because we can't count on Dwayne or Becton. Mitchell, a backup. Yeah, we're going to draft it. I want Becton and a rookie to be the starting tackles. And I want Max Mitchell and Dwayne Brown to be the backups. That's how I want it. I feel like the Jets are very investing in A-Rod by getting all these wide receivers. Oh, man, they are investing big time in Aaron Rodgers. So much so. Hey, Richie, I met your guy Jack last week. We both were special guests on the Jets Chaos Show. Jack's a pretty cool guy, man. That's awesome. I'm glad you met my man Jack. Hope he brought his awesome Jets knowledge that he brings. Ben Jones. Yes, we do need to sign him. How is our edge? Our edge is pretty good. You know, Carl Lawson is still on the team right now. I don't know if the Jets are moving on from him, but we got Jermaine Johnson, Michael Clemens, Bryce Huff. D-tackle is the issue. This is going to be such a fun year, man, for Jets fans. I can just feel it. I can just feel it. Let's go. I'm excited, bro. I don't know why I'm so giddy about this season. Calais Campbell or Al Woods? Calais. Give me Calais. Imagine McCall Hardman turning into Tyreek 2.0 at Rodgers. Bro, it's possible. This man has the second most yards after the catch behind Deebo Samuel since entering the NFL. He's that good. He's that fast. You put the ball in the man's hands, he's crazy. This tackle class is weak as far as the top end, but it's thick in the mid rounds with solid prospects. That's why you go O-line later in this particular draft. You go playmakers early. Hawk speaking his mind. I respect that. Richie, is anyone coming off our practice squad to the active roster on D? Probably not. I mean, Tony Adams, I guess. He was on the practice squad early on in the year, but I think he's going to be on the 53-man roster. Will Parks, probably. Anyone going to the Vegas game from LA? So that will be the closest game to me this season. I actually am looking to go to that game. I would love that. Hardman did nothing with Mahomes, though. That's false. What? When he was getting better and better, and last year he had a core injury, and he put up great numbers for the Chiefs for a wide receiver 3 or 4. If you're a wide receiver 3 or 4 in the Chiefs offense, and you put up 600 yards and a handful of touchdowns, You're doing some good things. And returning as well. He's a kick returner, punt returner. Sign OBJ, Calais Campbell, Ben Jones, draft the wall in instant nut. Hennessy's trying to hit up Vegas and Dallas this year. All right. Dallas would be a good travel. I think we're going to be versing the Cowboys this year on Thanksgiving. That's my prediction. That's my pick. Guys, if you're enjoying the show right now, hit me solid. Let's get 30 more likes to get to 100. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. Let's go Jets, David. The Jets show will be at Vegas for the Jets Raiders game. I see that. My buddy has season tickets to the Raiders, so it should be a blast. Ooh. Jets are primetime. You guys see that report that the Jets are expected to have a lot of primetime games this year? That's going to be interesting. Never thought I would live to see the day I would be rooting for OBJ and Rodgers. Yeah, Jay, what are the odds? And it's trippy because it kind of feels like both of them are Jets, but they're not yet. I think that OBJ is going to happen. We're talking about Odell Beckham Jr., folks. And I know that he's been injury prone, but when he was on the Rams, when the last time we saw OBJ, he had a big impact on that Super Bowl ring. He was the guy to take the pressure off of Cooper Kupp. OBJ is going to take the pressure off of Garrett Wilson. He's a one-on-one nightmare. If you put OBJ in one-on-one coverage, man-to-man, he is going to beat that man 9 times out of 10 when healthy. And he had a full year off to repair his knee. He has this whole offseason to prepare for the season. I like the move. And it didn't happen yet, but I am all in on Odell Beckham Jr. coming to the New York Jets, especially a team that is going all in for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Richie, do you watch any XFL games? There are a few prospects that the Jets can pick up. I got into the XFL when it first came out, when the New York Guardians were a team. But now that they took away the New York Guardians and there's no New York team, I haven't watched the XFL this year, to be honest. Richie, still sad about your boy Elijah. Hennessy, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, but he responded to my post. So that kind of gave me my last little sadness feel. But I'm appreciative that he recognized and showed some love my way on his departure, because that really shows me that we did have a connection, and I'm rooting for the best, man. It's an interesting conversation, Hennessy. You know how I felt about Elijah. I really do. You know. Feels weird. Still feels weird that he's not a Jet. Keep me posted on you guys' travel games. Yeah, we'll do. I think I would love to organize a travel game with Jets fans. That'll be fun, because we do have Jets Media Day every year, which is one game where I organize a whole event where you guys can come to the games with me, and we buy out a whole section. We do a tailgate. We get access to the field after the games. That's awesome. But I also considering maybe going on the road. Also, do you guys notice my audio sounding a little better? Because this is a brand new microphone that I invested a lot of money in, by the way. So hopefully you guys noticing the difference. Didn't see that, but that's dope. I think he got in his own head and probably regrets asking for that trade midseason. Yeah, man. It's interesting. Very interesting. Don't worry, Richie. Elijah will be back on the Jets one day. Probably not. Y'all get OBJ. Bills, we will take Hopkins. Let's go. Yeah, man. DeAndre Hopkins to the Bills. The rumors are escalating. I don't think the Jets are signing any more running backs. Yeah, so we re-signed Ty Johnson. I think that's the move for the running back spot. Unless they're going to trade somebody. Trade for somebody. Trade someone away. I'm not sure what to expect, to be real. His boy A.J. Brown got in his head. Yeah, A.J. Brown definitely had an impact on him. Rich, you sound handsome. Well, thank you, Hawk. How nice of you. I need at least 3 returns from McCole. I'm assuming you mean for a touchdown. He's got it, bro. Have you seen McCole Hardman's punt return and kick return for touchdowns for Kansas City? He's got that speed, bro. You get that man in open space, he's gone. I'm telling you. And he's only 25 years old, entering the prime of his career. I don't like losing Elijah Moore, but the trade makes sense. I trust Joe Douglas, just hate losing EM. Yeah, that's how I feel, literally. I feel like the league is telling Green Bay and the Jets to hold off the trade until the draft for buzz. I don't know. That's interesting. Jets are going to open the season on Monday Night Football at the Giants. Calling it. I wouldn't be shocked. That'll be fun. That would be lots of fun. So, guys, the latest news, the Jets and OBJ, they are picking up steam. The Jets and McCole Hardman are officially together. He has signed his contract. He's at One Jets Drive currently. Elijah Moore is also officially a member of the Cleveland Browns. He is over there in Cleveland right now at their facility. So, yeah, things are happening with the wide receiver room. And then you talk about bringing in Odell Beckham Jr. Whoa. I never, ever would have thought that the New York Jets would be having OBJ potentially coming. And it's not official yet. I get all that, but it's possible. Could use another tight end. I don't know. I like our 3 tight ends. Even 4 tight ends for that matter. I like where our tight ends are situated. Tyler Conklin, CJ Uzama as the vets, and then Ruckert and Yeboah as the 2 young guns. I like our tight ends. Ryan says, I don't want OBJ. Now, Odell Beckham Jr. is definitely a polarizing topic amongst the fans. But I will be lying to you guys. I think that I'm leaning more towards wanting OBJ than not wanting OBJ. If you want me to be honest. OBJ and Jets doesn't sound right. It doesn't. Don't you think Green Bay would leak other teams are involved to push the Jets to make a deal? No, because Rodgers has a trade clause, and the Packers cannot trade Aaron Rodgers to any team that he does not give him the okay, and he only gave them the okay to go to the New York Jets, and that's it. Wow, I never in my life would have thought I would hear from Jets Forever saying, I am honestly cool with Corey back on a restructured deal. What? If not, cut and trade him. He's coming around to Corey Davis. Who would have thought? My man Jets Forever was one of the biggest Corey Davis haters throughout the season. And now he's considering, hey, you know what? On a restructured deal for not that $10 million cap hit, yeah, bring him back. Is this really Jets Forever? Is that the real Jets Forever? Nah, but in all seriousness, if it's a restructured deal, the more weapons, the better, folks. Corey Davis is a veteran that will give you 750 yards a year if healthy. I mean, how can you say no to that on a restructured cheap contract? Does trading Elijah open the possibility of drafting JSN at 13? I'd say if the Jets sign Odell Beckham Jr., that officially takes us out of getting JSN. If they don't land OBJ, then I think JSN is 100% on the table. Do you think the Moore trade was a steal or not? I do not think it was a steal. I think the Browns got a steal, if we're being honest. But the Jets had to make the move from their perspective. You know, the Jets just moved up from round 3 to round 2. I don't know. I just feel like the Jets did not get the most value out of Elijah. I know that, you know, if you look at his stats, it makes sense. You can't really base it off of potential, more production when you're looking at the NFL GM perspective. But I think that, you know, it makes sense for the Browns. I like the trade from the Browns perspective. I think he's going to do great things with Cleveland. JSN is literally Garrett Wilson. He's not needed. What's wrong with having 2 of them? Moore was a diva. Good move on the Jets' part for the locker room. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If we sign OBJ and sign or trade for a left tackle, do you think we No, we're not drafting him. My fault, Hawk. I know that's your dream, but it ain't happening. Giants are going to get JSN. Yeah, they are meeting with him. Garrett Wilson is a great receiver who's not a diva. How about that? You wish. How about 4-2 in the division next year? Sweeping the Patriots, splitting with the Bills and the Dolphins. Yeah, I said sweeping the Patriots. What? Yeah, I said it. We haven't beat them in 6 years. I still think we're going to sweep them with our Rodgers. Their biggest reason why we never beat the Patriots because we never had a quarterback. G17 is going to be wide open all day with our receivers. Oh, yeah, Dwayne. You know that. Don't be shocked if he changes his number to 5. G5, baby. Was there any real truth to the story about Moore cursing out the OC last year? Yes, I believe that was true. Jets Forever does not want to get OBJ. He wants Jalen. Give me Jones, Campbell, JSN, and best offensive line available in the second. Ben Jones, Calais Campbell, JSN at 13. Now that's an interesting one. I like that. Uh-oh, what did he clip? Is this guy a Patriots fan? Well, you clipping me. One player I wouldn't mind grabbing if he drops is Quentin Johnston with that big frame and similarities to DK. I think that we don't need big bodies. Alan Lazard is that. We got Denzel, and if we keep Corey Davis, those are 3 big bodies. So we need more like Elijah Moore style receivers. Boomer Esiason says this morning that his feeling is Corey Davis is staying, possibly even with OBJ addition, and adds that the Jets fans will be happy when they see what money Rodgers is willing to take. Yeah, I heard this as well. Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting take. Obviously, Boomer, we don't know if we can take him seriously or not. It's not like he has sources or whatever. But, definitely take it into consideration that the Jets want to keep Corey Davis with the addition of OBJ. Are we trading Mims? Or I'd assume Mims is traded if that's the case. If we're keeping Corey Davis, I'll tell you guys the receiver room. 6 deep. Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, Odell Beckham Jr., McCole Hardman, Corey Davis, and Denzel Mims. That's 6. I mean, those are the 6 deepest receivers this Jets team has ever had in my life. Rodgers is going to restructure. He wants another ring. Yes, he does. And all of this talk, by the way, about the wide receiver room, can we all just take a second and appreciate the fact that we have our number 1 receiver and we don't have to worry about that? Because I feel like that's getting lost. This Jets team has been waiting for a number 1 receiver forever. Since Brandon Marshall put up number 1 receiver numbers, and that was like, not a fluke, but it was a short-term little fizzle of Brandon Marshall in 2015. We haven't drafted our own number 1 receiver in so long. We got that in Garrett Wilson. How refreshing is that? We're not signing these receivers right now and trading for these receivers right now for our number 1. We have our number 1. How about that, Jets fans? That should feel freaking good. That feels beautiful. We're figuring out talent around the number 1. We're not trying to find a number 1. Remember last year what we were trying to do? Oh, trading for DK, trading for A.J. Brown, trading for Tyreek Hill, trading for Deebo Samuel. That was the talk all offseason last year because we did not have a number 1 receiver. We missed out on all those trade opportunities. So what do the Jets do? They draft their number 1 receiver, and that was Garrett Wilson. Big-time move from Joe Douglas. I love it. Love it. Let's go. Let's appreciate, sometimes Jets fans, we focus on what we don't have and we don't appreciate what we do have. And that's okay because that's the nature of the offseason because it's the time to improve the roster at the areas that we're not good on. And I get all that. But I also want to be a person that reminds us, Jets fans, of appreciating what we do have. We have a number 1 receiver, which feels glorious. We have a lockdown corner, number 1 CB in Sauce Gardner. Not to mention DJ Reed, who didn't get talked about enough because of how good Sauce Gardner was last year. We have an all-pro in Quinnen Williams. We have an all-pro in C.J. Mosley, right? Breece Hall. I mean, you guys know the positives that we have, but I just needed to remind you all. We have a defensive coaching staff that I think is spectacular. How about that? Last year, a lot of people were talking about Jeff Ulbrich being fired. How about we talk about him? Jeff Ulbrich did a great job last year as a defensive coordinator, calling the plays. Robert Saleh, not perfect, but he definitely showed his ability as to lead this team. We've got the pieces. And by the way, if it wasn't for the construction of the roster that Joe Douglas has done for these past couple of years, we would not be in a position to have Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers would look at the Jets and laugh at us if it wasn't for the fact of Joe Douglas hitting home run after home run in the draft last year and doing really good allocating this team. Now, was Joe Douglas perfect as a GM? No. He's made mistakes. We get that. But I think he's made more good moves than bad moves, which is why the New York Jets roster is so attractable for guys like Aaron Rodgers. When are we going to start having that conversation? When's the last time the Jets were in this position where a veteran Hall of Fame quarterback like Aaron Rodgers would even want to come here? A couple of years ago, don't you think Rodgers would laugh at the Jets as an option? Yeah, right. The Jets? But now he's like, yeah, the Jets. I watched them single-handedly destroy me, that defense, last year in Green Bay. Feels pretty good, man. Feels pretty good. Come on, Jets fans. This is our time. We've been misery for years and years and decades and decades. Now we're finally here, baby. We're finally here. We're the talk of the NFL right now. Every single NFL media outlet is talking about us. How's Garrett Wilson going to look with Aaron Rodgers? Who's the top 5 quarterbacks list in the AFC? Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is in that. This is great stuff, man. The Jets are trending up. And this is going to be the first offseason of our lives, or in my life, I guess, where we have expectations of the stars. Expectations have never been this high for us, fan base. We're usually expecting, like, okay, maybe we can overachieve. Maybe we can be competitive. Maybe we can win more than 6 games. No. Expectations are double-digit wins, competing for the division, bare minimum wildcard berth. That's the expectations. If we fall short of the wildcard berth, failure. If we win the division, I would love to win the division. But if we don't win the division and we make the playoffs as a wildcard team, I still take that. This is the first time we're going to get to see the New York Jets with Joe Douglas running the show as an aggressive all-in type of moves. Win now moves. He's only been building for long-term moves, really. Not as much win now moves. We're seeing the win now moves before our very eyes. Odell Beckham Jr., win now move. Aaron Rodgers, the obvious big grandiose win now move. So it feels good, Jets fans. It feels glorious, baby. I'm excited about it. Oh my gosh. I can just keep talking and talking and talking about how this season, man, is getting me pretty damn pumped. I think Robert Saleh is doing a good job. Yes. So, the latest news, Odell Beckham Jr. to the New York Jets is picking up steam. They're just working out some finances. We are in the midst of figuring out when Rodgers is coming. My man Hennessy is glad Tyreek picked Miami. It's true. I mean, Tyreek Hill would be great on the Jets. Don't get me wrong. But I like Garrett Wilson at a cheaper contract. Just saying. Keep talking, Richie. We needed something right now. I'm here for you, Big Frank. I'm here for you. We are not the same old Jets. Will Rodgers wear number 4 to troll Favre? Nah, I think he's going to wear number 8 with Elijah officially gone. OBJ will be signed before Rodgers. I think so. Robert Saleh is a terrible game manager, but he's learning. Thank God we... Now, Daniel, I'm going to have to disagree. I think that... See, this is where... Okay, how am I going to put this? Robert Saleh made mistakes as a game manager last year, But if you're going to talk about his mistakes, you also got to talk about the absolute masterpieces that he pulled off last year as a game manager as well. Against the Green Bay Packers, masterful game clock management. Against the Denver Broncos, against the Buffalo Bills. There were games last year where Robert Saleh managed the clock perfectly, could not have done it better, running the clock out, not giving the opposing team enough time. Now, was there times where he messed up? Absolutely. And that's why I'm not going to say Robert Saleh is a terrible game manager. Did he mess up? Yes. I'm not saying he didn't. But if you're going to talk about him messing up, you also got to talk about the masterful jobs he did. So he's showing that he has what it takes to be a great game manager, and he made some mistakes that hopefully he'll learn from. So I wouldn't say he's terrible. I also wouldn't say he's great. I think he's in the middle, and I think that hopefully year 3, he gets the consistency where he does not have those blunders. He does not have the blunders of the game clock management. And that's a very underrated thing about a head coach, guys. We think these coaches just know what they need. They need to know what they're doing immediately. He mismanaged the clock in one game last year and knows he fucked up. He said it himself. Exactly. He messed it up. And that's okay. Remember, Robert Saleh this is his first time being a head coach. He has 2 years underneath his belt now. So now year 3, there shouldn't be those clock issues. If there is clock issues in year 3, we got a problem on our hands for sure. But after having his rookie season with the Jets as a head coach, year 2, remember, he had more games of managing the clock good than bad. And that's where a lot of people kind of harp on the negatives too much for my liking. Where he messed up one game, but all the 5 games of him doing it perfectly, everyone forgets about it and harps on it and say he's terrible at it. That's how you got to look at life. You got to weigh it both ways. You can't just focus on one flip of the coin. So he's got to fix it. And this is the key right here. Consistency. Can he string together 17 straight games of consistency clock management? If you throw in one blunder and we still win 10 plus games, sign me up. Sign me up. A number of Jets fans in here expect perfection. Even if the Jets to win the Super Bowl this coming season, a number of these people would complain. Now, there are some Jets fans that I feel like the people that were saying that when the Jets defense got back to the dominant ways this season, all of a sudden the fan base kind of raised their expectations and our bar with this defense that they have to be perfect and mistake-free. And if they give up a third down or if they give up any points, that they're overrated. And that was driving me crazy last year. The Jets defense averaged like 18 points per game they gave up, which is top 5. If the Jets offense averaged 22 points per game last year, which is league average, we would have 12 wins. Was the Jets defense perfect last year? No. Were they great last year? Yes. I remember during the season, people were like, this defense is overrated. I'm like, no, it's not. It's because the Jets fan base mindset sees how good we are. So our expectation rises for them to be perfect. And when they don't hit that elite perfect status and they just make a couple mistakes, then it's all hell breaks loose. It's like, come on. Let's remind ourselves here that no one's perfect. Even the best make mistakes. Even the best makes mistakes. And that's okay, folks. That's A-okay. So, guys, if you're just tuning in, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. We appreciate you guys. I love all you guys tuning into the stream, man. It does help out the channel a ton, a ton, a ton. You guys hitting the like button. We are 2 away from 100. 2 away from 100 likes. 2 away, baby. Hey, we got it. Let's go. Let's go. Hit the like button, Karen. Thanks, Karen. I really don't like being the team that only looks good on paper. We need to be cautious with injury-prone players. Hate to say it, Odell's injury-prone. Yeah, he is injury-prone. Can we sign a backup QB to play behind Rodgers? Look out for the Jets to draft the quarterback. All right. What's next for this Jets team? Is OBJ officially coming to the Jets? How much longer do we got to wait for this to become official? Let's go, baby. Let's freaking go. So, guys, I'm going to wrap up the show here. I just want to say thank you all for tuning into the Jets media show. I uploaded my video about Ty Johnson returning just before the show, so go check out that video if you're not already. I'm going to the city tonight, so I do got to go get ready for the train. So I'm going to have to wrap up the show here. We got Paulie with the final donation of the stream from Canada. If we get Rodgers and add OBJ, do you think this is the best offense Rodgers has had? That's a stretch. I don't know how much I can say this without having a biased goggles on. I like to say yes, but, you know, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, that offensive line, I don't know. It'll be one of them. I don't want to sit here and just be like, oh, yeah, the best ever. Like, I don't really want to be that Jets fan that just says we're the best, okay, all the time. So, one of the best. Thank you, Paulie. Appreciate that. Thank you all for the support. We appreciate you guys. Thank you all. Let's go Jets, baby. Richie, let us know if you run into more May and Adams again. I will. I'll talk to you guys later, baby. Take care, Richie. Great job destroying TD. Oh, yeah. If you guys want to have a good laugh, Jets fans, go on the AFC's Roundtable YouTube channel. I was live on there earlier. Me and TD Finns talk versed in Madden as the Jets and the Dolphins. And I whooped him. Go watch that. Peace out, everybody. Love you all, and let's go Jets.